today as well, L&T as well as a couple of others such as Bharti Airtel, not to mention Tata Consumer.
Yes, we will watch out for all those earnings that will be due today. We also have the big IPO that is open today, which is Honasa Consumer, which also houses the brand Mamaearth. A lot of that lined up for you on the show today. But let's start the show with a corporate interaction. It was a steady quarter that came in from Kumar Infra for the second quarter of this financial year. The company witnessed a mild surge in revenue and profit while their margins were still stable around that 14% mark. Kamal Gupta, or the MD of Kumar Infraprojects, joins us now to discuss their Q2 performance, but also tell us about the year ahead. Thanks a lot for joining in. Always a pleasure speaking to you. The last time you joined us, you said that, by the end of the quarter, you will probably relook at upping your revenue guidance for this year, even as you hold your margins at around 14 to 15% mark. So I just wanted that. For this year, what is your order inflow and revenue guidance?
Yeah, so Mangalam, last time I have told that we will be having an inflow of around 5,000 crores for this fiscal of FY24. And I'm glad to say that we already have an inflow of around 7,188 crores in FY24 as of now. So we have raised our inflow guidance from 12 to 13,000 crores to 15 to 16,000 crores on the 24 closing. So by March 24, we are expecting our order book to be 15 to 16,000 crores. So we have two big order inflows in this year. One was the Chennai elevated corridor from Madurai to Chennai port. It's a double-taker flyover of NHAI. 4 packages costing 3,570 crores. The second big order inflow was GMLR, Goregaon Mulund Link Road by BMC, which is a twin tunnel from Goregaon to Mulund. So it's a road tunnel. It will be the first biggest road tunnel in India. So we'll be getting 2 big TBMs. The outer dia will be 14.4 meter dia. This is supposed to be the largest in India as of now. There are other couple of projects which is part of the inflow. And coming to the guidance, as you know, this Q2 also we did well. There was a 9% jump year on year on the revenue as well as PAT. And the coming year guidance, we're looking for around 15% jump from 4,200 to 4,800 crores as of FY24.
So you've raised your inflow guidance to 15 to 16,000 crores is what you're saying. But can you tell us exactly, if you can give us more details on which are the projects which are at the L1 stage at the end of Q2? How is the bid pipeline looking like in terms of projects, in terms of sectors, states? Can you just throw some more color on this, order book guidance that you have raised?
Sure, Sonia. So as on 30th September 23, our order book stands at 16,444 crores. And we have already got 2 projects amounting to 530 crores in Q3. And we are L1 in 1,640 crores of projects. And the bidding pipeline seems to be very good. We are planning to bid for around 25 to 30,000 crores of projects in coming 6 to 9 months. And as you all know, the infra space is beautiful at this time. In coming 5 to 7 years, there is nothing looking back in infrastructure. We at Kumar, with this healthy balance sheet, we have augmented our team sufficiently to take up these new challenges, to take up bigger size of projects with more complex nature, where we have a niche. So the future in infra looks to be amazing.
Okay. Well, you sound extremely bullish, Mr. Gupta, in terms of the order book and the execution and the L1 that you have right now. Can you just tell us, what is the competitive intensity like, considering that there is so much bidding taking place? What is the competitive intensity like? How many other companies are probably bidding for one order? If you could, illustrate that by an example. As well as, hence, what would that do to your margins on an average? Do you think that there could be a possibility that your margins could be pulled lower because of it?
So we work in a very niche area. We are not into roads much. So we are all into complex nature of projects like, flyover, bridges, elevated corridors, metros, whether it's elevated, underground, and specialized buildings like hospitals, universities, as well as water. So, and we are now entered also into tunneling, of road tunneling. We have got 2 big projects, one of Vadodara Mumbai Expressway costing 1,100 crores, and the second one is 3,100 crores of our part for total cost is 6,300 of GMLR. So we work in a very niche area where the competition is still there. It's not that it's, but it's comparatively very less as compared to roads. And I think there's sufficient work or food available for everybody. The infra space is booming. There's a lot of traction. So margin-wise, like J. Kumar believes to have a profitable growth and not a top-line growth. So, we believe to take projects at our numbers. If we don't get the projects at our number, we don't regret on that. So right. Margins of 14 to 15% what we are maintaining, and the order book of 15 to 16,000 have the secured margins of 14 to 15% of EBITDA on operating level. So we don't see any issues in that.
Okay, 15% revenue growth is what you're looking at. 14 to 15% margins, you won't work below that, and you have upped your order inflow guidance as well. But final question before we let you go: the next couple of months have a slew of state elections. We have a central election as well. And the next year is the Maharashtra state election, a state where you have your maximum exposure to. So what typically happens ahead of elections? Is the ordering activity increased because we're going into elections? Is it muted because people are going into elections? How do things change for you? And is your business politically agnostic?
So, Mangalam, it's like, right now we have spread our wings to new geography also. As like, we have taken this project of 3,570 crores in Chennai. And I'm glad to say that we are L1 also in one more project yesterday in Chennai of 500 odd crores. So, we are also spreading geographically. And of course, like the election year is there. So there will be 2 months of cooling period, I'll say, wherein they cannot float new tenders. But the tenders which are already floated, the process will go on. So there won't be much impact. And coming to J. Kumar, we have already secured good amount of inflow in this year. And there are like another 4-5 months before the elections showed in. The code of conduct will be from April to April, yeah.
Yeah, no, I just had one more question. You said a 15% revenue growth for FY24 is what you're targeting. Given that your order visibility is quite good, is there a potential to, do even a 20-25% growth in FY25? I'm just trying to get to know what the top line guidance could be in FY25.
So we always believe in giving a conservative figure and overpassing our targets. And this year, of course, the new inflow won't add up in the revenue of FY24 much. But of course, 25 will be really good. We will see a jump of more than 15% in the revenue growth. So we are looking for around 16 to 17% minimum growth in FY24. You're right.
Okay, all right. So we're going to leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking with us. So that's J. Kumar Infra, extremely bullish in terms of an outlook. They're expecting a revenue growth of around 15%. They're expecting margins to be maintained at around 14 to 15%. And they do have a strong order book on hand as well. We'll take a short break. We'll get you more on the markets. A lot of stocks lined up on account of news. Stay tuned.